Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. US bank could turn $10,000 to $73,000 in 40 years, but XRP can in 9 months. Okay guys, let's get into it. Okay, so I wanted to have this conversation because I think this is a good thing to just help just give some perspective with regards to XRP as a whole. So look, obviously we know where we are right now. Very uncertain times. We don't know where the market's heading. Are we still in a bull run and this is just like a consolidation phase, or are we in a bear market? Who knows, right? I don't know for sure. I've seen some analysts say that we're in a bull run still. I've seen some analysts say that we're in a bear market. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. If you was to ask me right now, I am literally 50-50. I really have no idea. I can't say for sure. But the thing that I do want to say here is, like, I think just when it comes to XRP and investing as a whole, this is something that I want to show you guys just to give you a bit more perspective when you think about XRP as an investment, because I'm sure a lot of people are frustrated right now. I see it out there in crypto, Twitter, etc., or X, whatever you want to call it. And I've seen the general sentiment just when I talk to people and whatnot. But look, while I will sit here and I will be honest with you guys, I'm not enjoying this either. I'm more than ready. I was ready in 2025 for, you know, the whole bull run to happen and have the blow off top. I'm not happy about this, but I'm still here and I'm still patient. And this will kind of show you why. So we've got here, basically, market data shows that XRP recently achieved in 9 months the same returns that a US online bank would require 40 years to generate. For context, a recent assessment confirmed that XRP surged from 50 cents in November 2024 to $3.66 by July 2026, transformed $10,000 into $73,000. For online US banks to yield a similar return from a $10,000 investment at the 5% APY rate, it would take them over 40 years. Okay, so this was what I wanted to kind of, stress to you guys. Look, we can sit here and be angry about where the market is right now. And also, I'll just add in this little caveat as well. I personally think that the whole October event was manipulated. There's enough data out there to show you that. There was someone who went in and profited from shorting the market for millions. So to me, there was clearly insider trading going on. I think it was manipulated, right? So adding that into the fact as well. Yes, this is frustrating. It's very annoying. It's very frustrating because we're just at the whim of, people like, the president and exchanges just basically playing the game how they want to play it, liquidating markets when they want to because they're worried that people with leverage are going to make money, that kind of thing. So it is very frustrating. But I just want to show you guys that when you look at this overall, you should still be very glad that you're in XRP. You should, because at the end of the day, if you was just using the traditional banking methods here, you could be waiting years to make any kind of profit that's anywhere close to XRP that XRP can get you. Now, I will be objective here. The one thing I will say, they're talking about how this happened in 9 months. The thing is, like, for some people though, that's not quite the whole picture, right? So they're here saying, like, the surge from 50 cents in November 2024 to the $3.66 surge by July 2026. They're saying, like, within that 9 months, like, obviously people could have made that huge profit. But for some people, they've been in XRP a lot longer, right? Like, so for example, you could have people who brought the top of XRP in 2017. So for them, it's been a much longer wait than 9 months to get back to some kind of level of all-time high, right? Because XRP was around $3 and something in the previous bull run. So at the end of the day, like, for those guys, it's not been a 9 month wait. So just being objective there, it's easy to say that when you just go by the last point when the price was lower to then the nearest date when it was higher. Okay, but you got to understand different people getting it at different times. So for some people, it's not a 9 month wait. But again, this is why I will just say perspective, right? Because even if you did get in 2017 at the peak of the previous bull run, to get back to where we are now, it's taken way less than 40 years, right? It's taken way less than 40 years. And so, look, I'm not trying to be here like, hey, stop being angry. I get it. I understand. We all want this stuff to happen. We all want to make our money. and if we are playing in a manipulated environment, which I think we are, then I can understand how people might be very frustrated and just wanting to kind of get their money and, get what they deserve. I understand it. But even if let's just say we are in a bear market, hypothetically, right? Let's just say it takes another 3-4 years for us to get the money. Is that going to be frustrating? Of course it is, right? Of course it is. But again, think about the other channels of investing that you would have if you didn't have crypto, right? How long would you be waiting then? Do you see what I mean? So yes, we can, be angry about this, but when you compare it to a lot of other asset classes, you can be waiting decades to see this kind of growth. So you've got to still appreciate the opportunity that XRP and crypto is giving you, because it is very rare. Like, I think this is where people seeing previous bull runs and stuff like that, it has obviously got people in that bug of they just want the money, and just not understanding that, hey, like, you're actually investing here, so you have got to understand that this isn't just going to go how you want it to go. It's going to have its ups, it's going to have its downs. You'll never be able to predict it, because if you could, everybody would be making money. And you've got to go with the ebbs and flows. You've got to. And so for me, what I just look at this as, yes, okay, it is frustrating, and I wouldn't really ideally want to have to wait another 4 years. But what would be my alternative if XRP wasn't here? And let's just say crypto as a whole, because crypto as a whole is a huge opportunity. You've not really got anything that's going to really generate you the same kind of return as what XRP and crypto can do. You just haven't. So it's that thing of, we can complain about how things are, and we would be justified in doing so. But we still just also have to remember that, hey, like, we're in a once in a lifetime opportunity here where we can make money that normally would have taken, pretty much our lifetime to accomplish. And we can maybe do that within 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years with crypto. And to me, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And that's why for me, I've not lost my faith, even though things are frustrating with how it's going. I've not been like, okay, this is it, crypto's dead. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe that not all cryptos will be here. So there could be cryptos that I'm involved in, and once regulations come through and whatnot, those cryptos are not here anymore. I think that's possible, but I don't think XRP is going to be one of those. I think XRP is going to be a crypto that has long-term longevity, long-term growth, utility, and I think it's going to be one of the bigger blockchains out here in the long term. So for me, I don't really worry about this so much. Like, yes, I do get annoyed and impatient in a way. Like, in a way, I'm like, yes, I would like this to happen now. But I don't get impatient to the point where it's like, I'm done with this. I'm selling. I've had enough. Like, for me, it's just a thing of, okay, let's just wait it out, because that's all I can do. And yeah, I might have a vent or two on my videos. But in the long term, I'm just thinking, this whole crypto asset class and what it can do and the things that it's going to change for people and industries and governments, etc. I just don't believe the right cryptos are going away. The right cryptos are going to be adopted heavily, and they're going to go up in value because they are valuable. They are useful to people. There's a purpose for them. And I really do believe that XRP is one of those assets. And so I just wanted to kind of put this out here for everybody who's a bit down in the dumps. And look, I get it. For some of you, as I said earlier, you might have brought in right at the high of this previous cycle, this cycle that we're currently in right now. Like, you might have just brought XRP at $3.66 right around the top. And I get it, because right now you're in the red, right? Like, you're not in profit anymore. You're at a loss. So I actually understand the frustration. I do get that. I do 100% understand. But if you've got the patience to wait this out, because if you got in at $3.66 or just around that area, you've basically got in at the peak, right? If you're willing to wait another 5 years, 10 years, I think you'll be better off. So for me, I've been in the game now for around 5-6 years. So for me, I'm in profit right now with XRP, but it's taken 5 or 6 years to roughly get to a point where I'm in a decent profit. And so this is what you've got to understand is, like, that's taken a while, yeah? But I've been okay, because I've always believed that XRP was going to go up in value over time, and I've seen that. So now I'm in a position where the prices that I was originally paying, you know, I don't know if we'll see those prices again. So now it's up to where it is, even though for a lot of people it's like, it's low, it's a lot lower than what it was. Yeah, it is, but for me it's still profit because I got in early enough where it was lower than what even the current price is. So even while it's going through its ups and downs right now, I'm still in profit overall. Now, it could be that it drops further and maybe I'll start to go out of profit. If that happens, then okay, that's a shame, but I still believe in the asset long term, so I'm going to wait. I'm just going to be like, okay, that sucks, but give it time, it'll go back up again and I'll be back in profit. And so when it gets to a price that I feel comfortable with, I'll sell some of it, you know, not all of it because I believe in it long term, but I'll sell some of it just to take some quick profits. So that's just what it is for me personally. Obviously, you guys have got to make your own decision, but overall, this is why I'm just saying, for me, even when I do get frustrated, I just look at crypto and XRP and I just think I'm grateful I'm here because I do still think this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And so I still believe with the right assets, I stand to make a lot of money. And I believe XRP is one of those assets. So I'm still happy overall because I just know, yeah, like I really stand to benefit from this. I really believe that. I really think I'm going to long-term benefit from this overall. So, you know, I'm happy. I'd obviously like things to happen now, ideally, but who wouldn't, right? If anybody, you know, if you could ask anyone, do you want the bull market to happen now or would you rather wait another year or 2 years or whatever? Of course you're going to say you want it right now, right? Of course you would. So I'm not surprised that obviously I'm thinking that way, and I'm sure you guys are all thinking the same, but I just look at it like this, like if we didn't have crypto here, what would you be invested in? And if you was invested in something else, like, you know, real estate, precious metals. I mean, I know precious metals is going a bit wild right now, but that's not typically how it moves. So yes, you do get the odd boom here and there, but you know, those are very few and far between. And so I just think, where would I be? You know, I think I'd just be waiting around trying to figure it out. But I'm in an asset class where I could maybe possibly become wealthy in a much shorter time frame than I could ever imagined. So I think for me, I'm going to go with that chance because overall I think that is possible. So yeah, I just thought I'd share this with you because I just think it's like food for thought, you know, just having that perspective of, you know, while this isn't great at the moment, we are still very lucky to be, you know, in this asset class. We are still very lucky to have this opportunity. So I'm not gonna squander it. I'm not gonna panic sell because I still believe in the right assets that I have. So I believe long term there will be, you know, the value will be coming. So as I say, up to you guys what you guys think. But for me, I just feel like, you know, time will bring it. You know, I don't know how much time, but the value will have to come at some point because it's going to be utilized. You know, we can see that already. And so, you know, it's just a matter of time, in my opinion. But let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.